Has Moon Knight managed to do the impossible? Has he defeated the Avengers and saved the world in one fell swoop? Well, let's hop into the pages of Avengers issue number 34 and find out together. Well, alrighty then, in the last installment of Avengers, we saw the Fist of Konshu, Moon Knight, take down all the Avengers very methodically one by one, but what drove him to this? Well, it would seem that for a while now, Moon Knight had been receiving dark, hellish visions from his moon god Konshu about a dark future wherein everything was destroyed. Naturally, Moon Knight wanted answers, and because of that, he decided to go pay his patron spirit a visit once he managed to fight his way past the ever-growing cult of Konshu, though, which I know depending on the story. Sometimes the moon god seems to have a very small operation, sometimes he has many followers like he does right here. Moon Knight also claims to be his own man, free from the sway of his god, and again, I didn't read that last Chris Bemis run, but was that how it ended, or is Aaron just making stuff up again like he did for Ghost Rider? However bad these hellish visions were for Mark Spector, they were 100 times worse for Konshu, because by the time Moon Knight actually finds him, he's hunched over in a corner gibbering to himself. If nothing else, this does serve as pretty undeniable proof about how serious the situation is, as normally Konshu is pretty damn unflappable. And if he's scared of Mephisto, then chances are everyone should be scared. It was because of this Moon Knight was spurred on into action to steal all of the ancient powers, ones relating to the Avengers BC from the current Avengers. He didn't get all the powers he wanted. Black Panther continued to be a holdout, and the Star Brand is currently a baby, but Spector figured he had just what he needed to take out Mephisto in his prison. Which, hey, in an actual nice bit of continuity, Moon Knight remembers that Mephisto is currently locked up in Las Vegas right now because, well, Moon Knight actually took part in the story where Mephisto got locked up in the first place. And wouldn't you know it, Moon Knight proves to be just powerful enough to kill Mephisto. After all, he's got the Hellfire of Ghost Rider, the Hammer of Thor, as well as the Fist of, well, the Iron Fist, though Konshu does say that all he really managed to do was destroy the physical form of this Mephisto. But the real threat here is actually much bigger and much deeper than Moon Knight could ever imagine. In fact, they seem to drop reference to a Council of Reeds situation, but a Council of Mephistos from across time and space, which actually serves to make a lot of sense how exactly Mephisto was able to run this big evil organization and pull the strings of a bunch of other Avengers villains while still being locked up and while also still messing with the Avengers BC in the past as all part of a bigger plan to make it so the Avengers never actually existed. That's a lot to take in, but really it's not the most pressing concern right now. You see, even though Konshu and Moon Knight had defeated Mephisto, they think he still might come back and try something, so better that they just take over the whole world and erect a bunch of big pyramids all over the world, drawing powers from the supermoons from other universes that Moon Knight was able to bring in during his last battle with Thor. The superhero community is doing everything they can to stay one step ahead of the Moon Priest, and poor T'Challa is locked up right now. They're torturing him every day to try and get him to give up the power of the Black Panther. And when a bunch of ceremonial whipping at the hands of the Moon Priest does nothing to make Black Panther want to give up his power, Moon Knight opts to play good cop, saying that this is really all for the greater good of everybody. I mean, after all, the Avengers didn't even really seem to understand what was going on, and a crazy guy like Moon Knight was able to get it all figured out in just a couple of days. T'Challa, filled with facts and logic, don't you know, manages to mount quite a counter-argument, saying that Konshu really just traded one tyrannical rule under Mephisto for another. And that for once, Moon Knight isn't too crazy to see this, he's too stupid to see this. After all, it wouldn't be the first time Konshu lied to him or messed with the truth to try and further his own ends. And that if Konshu really truly was on the level, he would actually come out when challenged by Black Panther, but he's not doing it, meaning that he almost certainly has something to hide. Spectre, if nothing else, stays resolute, more than ever believing this to be the right thing to do, but on the other hand, he's also not trusting Konshu with the full breadth of his power, like the Spirit of Vengeance, which he activates on his way to claim the next part of the Avengers power set, the Star Brand. It would also seem that Black Panther was only waiting for Moon Knight to leave so he could eventually plot his own escape, which he does by breaking his chains in awesome fashion and beating up the priests who were whipping him. Now, what exactly happened to the other Avengers? Well, Thor and Ghost Rider were defeated. Captain America hasn't been seen, but my favorite has to be what happened to Captain Marvel and Iron Man. They've been living in the desert, staying one step ahead of the mummies Moon Knight sent after them, while also trying to protect/raise the new baby Star Brand, who Tony Tony has named Brandy. Aw, that's very cute. Also, geez, poor kid, Iron Man and Captain Marvel are your surrogate parents? Man, I can't wait till she grows up and eventually starts Civil War 3, am I right? And so that was Avengers issue number 34, everybody, and mostly this was a Moon Knight-centric issue, which is fine by me. He's always been a cool character, and I enjoy seeing Aaron take a crack at him, even if all the stuff doesn't quite line up with the multiple other Moon Knight runs. I will also admit it's kind of weird to see the Avengers ultimately shown to be pretty stupid in this, with Moon Knight having figured out the whole big Mephisto plot before they even did. But, you know, I'm hoping maybe now that it's official and in the open, the next arc after this will actually have the Avengers being a little bit more proactive for a change. Overall, I feel comfortable giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. It was pretty good.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.